Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another review, and today we'll be taking a look at Godzilla Singular Point. Right off the bat, I just want to say I love this show. Godzilla Singular Point well exceeded my expectations. Um, I remember when the trailer first dropped in I think it was like October or something like that, but basically the trailer dropped, and I thought, wow, a Godzilla anime that actually looks good, because Godzilla Monster Planet wasn't good, I don't think. I really didn't like Godzilla Monster Planet. So when I saw the trailer for Godzilla Singular Point, I thought, wow, this actually looks like it could be good. So sure enough, months go by and more information about the show drops, which, is good, for the most part. There's one thing I didn't like, and I still don't like, but we'll talk about that later in this review. But, it just kept going and going and going, as far as, trailers and information and everything like that, as the months went on. And then, sure enough, it comes out like a couple days ago, as of me recording this. And, yeah, I watched it yesterday, and like I said, it well exceeded my expectations. Godzilla Singular Point, it's just a great show. It's just such a good show. I absolutely love it, and yeah, it's great. Now, I know I talk about this, I've said this before, but whenever I talk about, something, like, anything anime related, I feel like I have to say this, because, I'm not really a big anime person. I'll be completely honest. I don't hate anime. It's just not my thing. Some of my friends love anime, and a couple of my friends even try to get me into other shows. But for the most part, for me, it's just kind of, I don't. It's just not really my thing. There are some anime that I do enjoy. You know, I've said this before. I have no shame in talking about this on camera. But you know, I really like Monster Musume. I think it's a fun show. Not perfect, but it's a fun show. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. That's also a really enjoyable show. I like that a lot. And this one I got into more recently. Miss Caretaker of Sunahara. It's okay. It's like a 6.5. Very, very questionable, moments in the show. But if you can look past that, it's not a bad watch at all. So, yeah, but other than that though, it's just I can't be bothered to watch anime. It just isn't my thing. I'm sorry. And I feel like I need to point this out because I know anime is really big. So I feel like a huge anime fanatic is going to come into this channel, find this review and be like, well, you should watch this show and that show." And it's like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't hate anime, like I just showed you, but I don't it's just not my thing, I guess. So don't recommend other anime for me to watch in the comments below because odds are I won't watch them. Actually, no, I most likely won't watch them, but yeah. So anime, not really my thing, but yeah, but this show, Godzilla Singular Point, is very good. So I'm not here to talk about Monster Musume or Miscare or whatever. I'm here to talk about Godzilla Singular Point. So yeah, let's just get right into this. So yeah. So first, we'll talk about the characters, and the characters, like, they're very the characters are good. I like the characters here. But I feel like with the story this show is trying to tell, I feel like the characters they're still important, but at the same time, I feel like just like with Shin Godzilla, it focuses more on the narrative of what's going on rather than the actual characters themselves, and I like that. I think I like that a lot. Shin Godzilla, again, that's one of the reasons why I love Shin Godzilla, because it's less character focused and more focused on explaining its narratives. The characters, of course, they help move along the narrative and explain it better. But yeah, no, the characters they kind of take a backseat, but honestly, I think that is really good. I like that a lot. So yeah, the characters themselves are good, but again, I just as far as the narrative for the show, I feel like it focuses more on that. So yeah. The writing is great. There wasn't any none of the writing in the show made me cringe or anything like that. So the writing is really good here, very solid. The pacing is really good too. Of course, this is a 13 episode series, so of course the pacing, they have a lot more time to flush out things and explain things in greater detail, because especially with the story that Monster Planet is, it's it's very like complex and even trippy at thoughts sometimes. So like it's not like a simple just a simple monster show. No, this is like a very like complex thing. So don't go into this thinking it's like some stupid little. No, this is a very complex show, and that's honestly another thing I really like about this show, just the complexity. But I'll talk more about that later. The soundtrack for this movie is, or I keep saying movie, this show. It's really good. Oh my god, it's so good. The soundtrack here is just it's great. Of course, they use the original Akira Fukube theme, the original, of course, the Godzilla theme. But a lot of the new stuff here also sounds really nice, and just yeah, the soundtrack is great. I don't know if it's on iTunes or not, but if it is, I am definitely gonna download it because it's fire. I love the soundtrack. The animation really nice. I really like the animation. It kind of reminds me of Dinosaur King because like all of, like the humans and everything like that. That's all like 2D. That's like drawn. But then like the actual monsters like Godzilla and everything like that. They're actually like 3D. Of course, there are some shots where like some of the monsters are like 2D looking, but like for the most part, all the monsters have like different models, which I think is neat. It kind of reminds me of Dinosaur King because like that was like another anime that I watched when I was a kid. Of course, dinosaurs, but yeah, no, Dinosaur King, like all the humans and everything like that. That was like I think it was it was 2D. I don't know if it was like hand drawn or not, but it was like 2D. But then the dinosaurs themselves, they were like 3D. So like it kind of reminds me of that, and I think it's kind of cool. The voice acting is good. Granted, I watched this dubbed. Now, here's the thing. I know, like I said before, I'm not really into anime, but I know this, right? In the anime community, I know that like subs are dubs. I know that is a very like big like debate like discussion like oh subs are horrible or oh dubs are horrible or oh subs are horrible. It's like objectively, I think subtitles are better. Of course, like watching any foreign like media, watching anything like foreign in like its original language, I think that's like 100%, 10 times better than watching it dubbed in English. But as far as anime goes, I don't mind watching it dubbed, because first of all, I have like a very like old school mindset. Some of my favorite shows are like shows I grew up with, like Samurai Jack, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Edd and Eddy, and a lot of those shows. But then like at the time, they aired like Cartoon Network at the time. They aired like Pokemon and like Bakugan and all that stuff. So I guess Pokemon and Bakugan, those were like all dubbed shows. So I guess for like me, it's just kind of like I guess it's just kind of like an old fashioned thing. So it's like yeah, again, objectively, subtitles they're better than dubs, but I personally like dubs. I think they have like a charm to them, like a cheesy like charm, and I like that. So yeah, and I guess another reason why I like dubs is because like well, at least for like anime, because if it was like a live action Godzilla movie like Shin Godzilla or the original 54 film, I would watch that subbed, no question. But like anime is already like, essentially it's just a cartoon. So like if like the dialogue sounds unrealistic for at least for me, it's just kind of like, you know what? This is fine. I don't care because you look at SpongeBob, nobody has that voice. Nobody laughs like SpongeBob. So it's like if it sounds unrealistic, you know what? Who cares? I don't care. Um, again, that just also goes to show that I'm really not into anime. But yeah, no, the voice acting was good and the dub was really good, or not really good. The sub was I can't speak. The dub, it was good. But yeah, again, I'm sure it's better in its original language. But again, I watched it dubbed, so yeah, the dub was fine. So I liked it. Now we're going to get into spoiler territory. So if you have not watched this show yet, please click off and come back when you did. Or if you don't care about spoilers, stay. I don't care. Do what you got to do. So yeah. So my overall likes with the show, there are a lot here. At one point there was a reference to the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, which is really cool. It's actually one of the movie. It was that movie, and it was the original 1930s King Kong that was like the inspiration for like the first Godzilla movie. So it's cool that they referenced that in the show. The monsters designs they look great for the most part. You know, Rodan is like a more accurate looking pterosaur. I like that. Anguirus is like a just like a giant bear sort of thing. I love that too. Anguirus, oh my god, yeah. Manda looks cool. Kumonga looks cool. There's even Hedera, which is cool. He's like inside of Kumonga. So yeah, he's like this organism in Kumonga. I think that's really interesting. And Jet Jaguar's here too, and it's like I never thought we'd see half of these monsters come back, but like the fact that they're here and they look great too. I love Jet Jaguar's design. It is like not my favorite. I like the original design more, but this design for Jet Jaguar is amazing. So yeah, the monster designs look great. There's a great sense of mystery throughout like the first portion of this show. Um, just like, oh, what's going on? And I really like that. And then as like things like unravel, it gets like a lot more complex and just a lot more like just like it's there's a lot to wrap your head around. I just really like that. So yeah. The end credits are chock full of like Easter eggs and like references and everything like that. A lot of like references to, like the older movies. There's like the kid from Godzilla's Revenge showed up in the end credits, which is really cool. Of course there was Kiryu, like Jet Jaguar, like the Showa Jet Jaguar with his like arm torn off, which looked so cool. Um, and yeah, just like a lot of nods to like all the older like Godzilla movies, which I think is it's really cool to see. The intro is a banger. I know I keep repeating myself with this, but like I'm not really into anime, but I will say this: anime openings are pretty fire, if I'm being honest. And this show is no exception. This intro is a banger. It is just great. I love it to bits. Um, it's a lighter tone. That's another thing I like about the show. It's a lighter tone than Godzilla Monster Planet, and I like that because Monster Planet it was dark, and granted, it fit like the tone of the movie fit like the actual narrative, but like, well, Monster Planet isn't really good, but like this movie, it's not just like super serious. There are some like genuinely like nice moments and even funny moments, which I like. So it's not just like bleak and like depressing throughout the entirety of it. So as far as like the show goes, I think it works. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of monsters in this show. Like a lot of monsters that I didn't think would ever appear in a Godzilla movie again. Of course, there's Rodan, who he's a classic. Anguirus, which he looks great. Then you have like Manda, Hedorah, and like Jet Jaguars I brought up earlier. And yeah, no, it's like really cool to see some of these monsters that we haven't seen in like almost decades, which is like honestly the coolest thing ever. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for my overall likes of the show. As far as my dislikes go, there is just one thing that I, really don't like about the show that just like, it's very minor. It doesn't affect like the story or the writing or anything like that, but it's just like a minor thing that really bugs me. And that is the idea of Godzilla having different forms. Now, I'm not against that, you know. Shin Godzilla did a great job with that. You had like him like constantly like changing throughout the movie, and like that fit. And even here, like the idea of Godzilla having different forms, I think that's really cool too. I think that's really neat, and yeah, I like that idea. I don't want it to be done like too much, but like it's a fun idea to do like once in a while. The thing that I don't like here is that Godzilla's other forms are based on other Godzilla monsters. And these are monsters we haven't seen in like decades at this point. So Godzilla's first form is Godzilla Aquaticus. And Godzilla Aquaticus essentially is Titanosaurus. I love Titanosaurus. He's one of my favorite Godzilla monsters. So when I saw him in the trailer, I was excited because like Titanosaurus hasn't been seen since like 1975. So the fact that he's coming back in this new like anime series, I was ecstatic. I was so happy. But then when I found out, oh, it's not Titanosaurus. It's just a different form of Godzilla. I was so disappointed. Like, why would you do that? Why would you tease me like that? I mean, it's still like his design is cool too because basically like it's Titanosaurus if he was like a mosasaur creature, and I think it looks so good. But it's not Titanosaurus. It's a different form of Godzilla. It's frustrating. Then there's a second form, Godzilla Amphibious. This one is just Varen. And Varen, he hasn't been seen since 1968, so that's even worse. Even my friend, like, I told him, like, yeah, no, it's stupid. Like, it's not Titanosaurus. It's another form of Godzilla, and it's just so stupid. And even he was like, yeah, no, that is really frustrating. And then I showed him they did the same thing to Varan, and he was like, dude, Varan was my favorite, and then they just did him like that. It's so stupid. So, and then his third form, which is Godzilla Terrestrial or something like that, I don't know. But basically, his third form essentially is Gorosaurus, which, again, he hasn't been seen in a very long time. So it's like, come on now. I like Gorosaurus too. Titanosaurus is more of a Chad, I'll be honest, but Gorosaurus is still cool. But like the fact that he's just like another form of Godzilla is just it's a little upsetting. And then of course his fourth and final form is, the Godzilla you see here, And yeah, it's just why couldn't they just do like their own thing? Why not have like creatures that look similar to Godzilla? Like they didn't have to essentially what it is. It's like, oh, you want this movie to appear or you want this movie to appear. Oh, you want this monster to appear in this movie? Oh, oh. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's a different form of Godzilla, and it's just so upsetting. Like, dude, come on. Like, I just want Titanosaurus back in the movie. Yeah, that's all I want. Titanosaurus is one of my favorite monsters. I just want him back. And same with Baron and Gorosaurus. It would be fantastic to see them in proper form, not like, Godzilla Aquaticus or whatever. It's it's so stupid. That's the one thing I don't like about this show. But other than that though, this is a very solid show. I absolutely love it. Um yeah, and they also foreshadowed season 2. And let me just say, I am all for season 2. I know with other shows like, Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, I know it's like, two very different things. But like, when that show first came out, I didn't really want it to go on for too long. And it's on its third season right now. It's coming with a fourth season. And it's like, I don't know. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. But, this show got announced for a season 2. And it's like, yes. Yes, please. Like, this is amazing. Yes. Season 2, I would love. And like I said, spoiler territory, if you haven't seen the show yet, click off and come back. But basically, they sort of, they tease Mecha Godzilla, which I think is going to be really interesting. So, yeah, so season 2, really looking forward to it if they actually go through with it. It'd be really nice if they did. In fact, they're most likely going to do so, but yeah, no, season 2 is going to be great. And yeah, I can't wait for that to drop. So, yeah. So, in conclusion, what do I think? Godzilla Singular Point is incredible. Some very minor things I would have done differently, but Godzilla Singular Point is such a good show. It feels nice to have like a good Godzilla anime because, like I said, Monster Planet wasn't good at all. I don't think. I don't like Monster Planet. And I haven't really seen like the original like OVA that's like meant for kids. Actually, my friend, he wanted to do like an abridged series of that. I forget exactly what like the theme was, but it was actually really like funny, and I thought thought it was really cool. But yeah, no, I haven't seen like that like original show, of course. But yeah, no, Godzilla Singular Point is a fantastic show. Definitely like probably an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10 for me. This show is just absolutely amazing. Um Actually maybe an 8.5. I like Shin Godzilla a little more, but at the same time, this is still a great show. It's kind of similar to Shin Godzilla, but yeah, no. Well, in some ways it's similar. For the most part, it's like kind of different, but there are some similarities between Shin Godzilla and Godzilla Singular Point. But yeah, no, Godzilla Singular Point is a fantastic show. Please watch it if you can, and yeah, I just love it to death. So yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.